Hi, Dave Anderson. I'm driving from my home into the camera company this morning and I caught myself scouting locations to take portraits. So the tip this week is going to be on taking better portraits. I'm going to present bullet points from a seminar we did a while back. Realize we're not going to have time to dig into everything, so we will go into much deeper analysis on future videos. Right now, let's get started.
So what do you need to make a portrait? Well, you need the photographer, a camera, light, and a subject. So let's talk a little bit about composition. Now, the ideas I'm about to present to you are not hard and fast rules. Rules are meant to be broken. These are just ideas and thought starters. So the first one is, place your subject's eyes in the top third of the photo. You know, it gives it a good natural look. It allows you to see the personality of your subject, and we are drawn to other people's eyes, so make sure the eyes are nice and sharp. Another idea is to fill the frame. This is going to isolate your subject. It's going to make it a more intimate look and remove distractions. Now the flip side of that is, let's zoom out. This couple standing in front of the barn, giving you this kind of city country look, uses the barn as part of the portrait. It places your subject in the scene and it creates some interest. So try zooming out on occasion. Removing distracting backgrounds is always a good idea. So make sure you look at where your subject is placed in regards to, let's say, traffic or other people behind or swing sets or trees or buildings. By taking away those distracting backgrounds, you can focus on your subject and you're going to get a much better looking portrait. Sometimes placing the subject in their environment is always good because it creates interest. It shows what that person you're taking the portrait of likes to do. It puts it in context. And it really makes it kind of personal. Frames are always good. Using the corn here as a natural frame brings our subjects into the center and it draws your attention to your subject. Sometimes changing the shooting angle helps. Get down lower, get up higher. You know, experiment. Do what's going to work for you. There are no hard and fast rules. So basically, whatever you try the opposite of. Now let's talk a little bit about light. To create really interesting light, you have to create really interesting shadows. Sil Arena said that, and I just thought it was really a great comment, because light and shadows are what we see in good portraits. But not all light is good light. You need to recognize some of the characteristics of light. You know, if the light is creating shadows that you can see on the wall or on the floor, that's really hard light. Nice diffused light doesn't create shadows. And a lot of times portraits in diffused light are more flattering. Try early morning, try late in the afternoon. Remember, light is going to pick up the color it reflects off of. So if you stand someone next to a red wall, you're going to see a red tint coming off and onto your portrait. The quantity of light is also important. During the middle of the day, we've got a lot of light, and towards early evening, early morning, that golden hour, we have a different color and quality of light. So take some time, experiment taking pictures at different times of day, and learn how to use light to your advantage. One thing that I find is very important is how to expose properly. Bracket your exposures all the time. Take, +1, -1, and the exposure the meter's calling for. Make sure you're using that exposure compensation on your camera to its fullest. And spot meter. Here we have a subject that has the light behind her, and by using spot meter, we're getting a more accurate exposure than if we use matrix metering and tried to meter the whole frame. You can see how the matrix metering is going to allow that light in the background to come through and trick the camera into thinking that there's more light than there really is on your subject, and you're going to get a darker image. Some other tools you might consider are tripods and diffusers, reflectors, flash, different focal length lenses. A handheld light meter is sometimes good to have. These are all additional tools that add to the experience of taking portraits. And we would be happy to discuss any of these, so stop in and see us anytime.
I hope these gave you some ideas, provided you with some thought and idea starters. There's no such thing as a perfect portrait. Just keep practicing. If this tip was helpful, please follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you on the next video.